Phew. It looked like we weren't going to be here, but here we are. How are we all doing? Welcome one, welcome all. Welcome anybody who's joining us tonight to the Katie's Arms, as ever, your online pub with me, Katie Hopkins. And just for newcomers, welcome. Or if you've just flicked onto this and you're like, what's she doing? This is our pub online, the Katie's Arms. I'm not sure if you can see our brand new exciting glassware. And we run this pub once a week on a Friday at 8 o'clock in the UK. And the reason we run it is really just to try and help everybody get through the madness that we face together. And the main point of us all being here is not to see me or hear me, but to see each other. So if you have a look, or someone's saying they can't hear, if you have a look in the comments here, you'll see lots of other people. So Canada is here, and Norfolk is here for the first time. Oh, welcome to all newcomers as well. And then we have a bunch of people who catch up afterwards whenever they're in from wherever they are. And it's a chance to just really have a bit of a laugh, mostly at me. There's usually quite a lot of offensive things that are said. People usually say things like I'm drunk, because I have no filter whatsoever and I don't really give a shit if people don't like what I have to say. And that's how we roll. And you can all throw stuff in. East Yorkshire, good earrings. These are big, aren't they? I know. I did just go into Lovely Mark and I was like, because look, let me show you. See, look, I have these black trousers on. And I was like, do I look like a dance troupe mum? Cheers, Nova Scotia, Tunbridge Wells, Portsmouth, Liverpool. So I think I look like, you know, when what do they, you know, like you get those girls and they're like a dance troupe, and then you get the mums that are like helpers. I think I look like one of those mums. And that's not really a bad thing, you know, because that's really nice, isn't it, that those mums do that. But they usually have a t-shirt on, don't they? And they're usually like, yeah, come on, girls, come on, that's it, let's have a little run through of the steps. Come on, girls. Do you know what I mean? Like on Britain's Got Talent or something, there's always like the mums in the black t-shirts. That's what I feel like. I feel like a dance troupe mum. Bournemouth, oh, we're coming there soon. Good health. Slovakia is here. A dance mum. Yeah, I so do. I think I really do. Right, I've got things to share, things to show you. I've got notes. I've got things from Lovely Mark. But shall we start off with the MP? Shall we start up? Have you heard the story? At least they didn't call you a witch this week. Oh, that's right. Do you remember? I forgot about that. See, sign of good marriage, isn't it? Forgetting about arguments. Now I've remembered. Last week I was getting ready so that I don't look like what I looked like about 15 minutes ago, because I don't want to scare people, you know. I like to pretend that I sort of made an effort. Last week Mark came upstairs and said, oh, is it Halloween? Because he said I was wearing all black. So I was in a right huff on last week. Yes, the MP. Right, here we go. So, if you don't know the story, or... Oh yes, by the way, you're supposed to drink or take drugs or do whatever it is that you need to do to get you through during the Katie's Arms. It is an actual pub. We're supposed to be drinking together. And frankly, as per the last 4 years of life, whatever you have to do to get through another day, I'm all about it. I don't agree with things being banned. I don't agree with people being told what they can and can't do. I don't agree with people being told they have to pay this for this or taxes pleasure. I don't agree with that. I think we should remove taxes off everything that brings anyone any kind of pleasure whatsoever and encourage people, because frankly, we are going to talk about the MP, but right, and you're not going to get care. Like, if you're going to die, you may as well just die. You know what I mean? You find out you've got cancer. Do you really want to do chemo? I mean, do you? I don't feel like I will. I feel like just... You know what I mean? Katie, you've got cancer. Right. Drink, drugs, I don't know, dodgy sex with Africans. I mean, that last one was probably a bit extreme, but you know what I mean? just why not go out? Is that a blaze of glory? Whatever is a blaze of glory, I feel like do that. You know, go on a massive bender. I can't talk because, you know, I haven't been given that diagnosis yet, and who knows what you'll do. And no criticism of anyone for whatever they choose to do. But I truly don't know that I'm going to be one of these people that goes, oh yes, come on, cut bits out. I think I might just leave these bits and let. But who can say? Someone here who, they look steady on the cancer route, been there and survived. See, that's what I'm saying. Unless you've been there, you don't know. But I'm just saying, at the moment, I feel a bit like, I think I'd just go out in a blaze of glory. Anyway, let's talk about the MP. So, William Wragg, have you heard of him? If you're from overseas, I will explain. So a member of parliament has just been caught and he sent pictures of his cock. I mean, I don't know why I'm doing this, because literally we're talking this. So he sent pictures of his cock to someone that he met on Grindr. So if you imagine like a little thumb in a roll neck, that's what he sent to someone on Grindr. Now what that was going to do for, I mean, if I got sent that, I'd be like, what is that? And what are you planning? I mean, that, honestly, I mean, it would have no bearing on me at all if you, even if you showed that, so I'm not going to feel that. But anyway, let's not digress by what his knob looked like. But he sent pictures of his knob to this guy on Grindr who then blackmailed him. And this is where it gets actually interesting, is that you may know, or certainly if you're military or actually have any principles whatsoever, you know, if I think about all of the many things that have happened to me, one of the things you definitely don't want that's being thrown at you hitting someone else. And I've always been absolutely steadfast about that. Even when I've been offered things, offered work, or back in the day, or someone says, oh, Katie, why don't you come to this? And I'd be like, I'm really happy to come. I'd like to, but please know if I come, you know, you'll be attacked. Because that's how it always worked. If you have me near you, you get contaminated by what there was around me. And I would never allow that to happen. This guy, the opposite. He's being blackmailed, so this guy obviously knows other stuff about him. I mean, I'm speculating, but you get my drift. And so instead of just going, oh, okay, I'll go fess up, I'll tell whoever I have to tell, and I'll just own up to this. Yes, I kind of was desperate. I'm really sorry, right? No. He gets 14 other mobile phone numbers of parliamentary aides, of other MPs, of whoever. I don't know if he was given a list. And he sends those phone numbers off to the blackmailer. So now not only is he, but because he thought he could save his own skin by sacrificing others, that's what he did. And to me, that's the point. It's not about, frankly, I don't care. I know you're not allowed to do it, and I know people learn that you shouldn't do that at your workplace, and if you did it at your workplace, you'd be fired. But like my personal view, because I'm kind of like this about life now, is whatever gets you through. I don't care who he's sending pictures of his cock, right? None of my business. I do care that someone who's on payroll and taxpayer money is willing to just go, oh yeah, here's these guys. See if they can beat it instead of me. And then get this. Drink. Exactly, have a sup. And then 2 of the guys that he sent the phone numbers to the blackmailer also sent pictures of their knobs to the blackmailer. So now you've got 3 tiny dick pics circulating in the hands of a blackmailer. So now it's all come out, and of course, cheers. And what do we get now? We get the Hugh Edwards thing. And if you're not from the UK, Hugh Edwards was like the best known newsreader on the BBC. Oh, Hugh Edwards, you know, holier than thou. Oh, when the Queen died, Hugh Edwards announced the Queen died. Hugh, trusty Hugh. Turns out, Hugh Edwards had been literally getting his ringer out. I mean, it's not this big, I'm exaggerating. I have seen the pictures. And showing it to a boy whilst the boy was, you know, pretending to Hugh Edwards. On £483,000 a year still being paid while he sits at home because he's got mental health issues. My point is that they're now using that for William Ragg MP saying he's got mental health issues, because what that means is no one can touch him. No one can go near him. So like, for example, this. Let's just say William Ragg decides to top himself. Well, this will be the reason. This will be the online mob that pushed him over the edge. So now everybody's backing off and they're all scared to say anything. And they're all saying, we appreciate he's got mental health issues. That just came on after he sent his cock pics and dumped his mates in it. Mates. I know. Right? These guys. Exactly. I swear to God, all politicians are like massive perverts. It's like they were so busy brown-nosing their way up the political ladder. And I've seen them. They carry briefcases for someone, you know, in the hope that they might get a promotion. They're so busy, like, listening at doors and, like, licking people's anuses. You know, they never experience, they never, I guess they never get the shit kicked out of them by life. And so they think that they're impervious to normal life. They never got, I don't know, they went to, what did they do? Go to posh boarding schools and what they, I don't know. Perfect. Anyway. That's going on. And Jeremy comes out and says that him saying coming clean is courageous and brave. Yeah. Could you imagine if it was one of you guys, someone at your workplace, would you get called courageous and brave? If you just sent pictures of it, but most importantly, you just dobbed in your work colleagues and got them in the courageous and brave, because that's the opposite of courageous and brave. Malta is here. Hello. My loves, let me tell you. Oh, come to Hereford. Oh, Hereford, would I love to come to Hereford. I spent some time in Hereford. Very, very good boys there. Some of my favourites on the planet. No, I will absolutely. If the theatre will say yes, that's all we need. And what's been so great about what I'm actually trying to do, for those who are paying attention, is on the first tour, 42 venues pulled, even some of them fully sold out. 42 really good kickings I took, and other people too, but really a good punching to the gut each time. And this time all of these venues here they're either new or they've held, or we're getting more theatres that will book because they're starting to understand. So this really is, I'm trying to point to the poster if you're wondering, that's what I'm doing. This is a war of attrition. I'm doing the infantry bit on the ground, and I am finding places where we will not speak for free, can speak freely. But yes, if you find a theatre and they just, all we need them to agree to, nothing else, we'll pay for security, we'll organise, we'll do everything, I will clear up afterwards. All we need them to agree is the simple premise: if you want to come, buy a ticket. If you don't. That's it. That's all they have to agree to. I want to show you this. So come to Norwich. We did have Norwich. Was Norwich the one? Norwich was a venue that cancelled. Yeah, we had Norwich. We had a great venue, and they did that normal thing where one person said, "Oh, she's racist," and they ran away. Cunts. So I have to say sorry. And you'll know that I say never apologise, never explain. And the other day when Royal Mail, I was doing one of my piss takes about the news, and Royal Mail had just said they're going to basically deliver second class stamps whenever they feel like it. You know what I mean? So the idea is that second class mail can turn up whenever you want. Like if the postman feels like coming, he will. And if he doesn't, well, fuck it. I should say, and I would like to apologise directly if you're listening, but I am very, very lucky where I am, not my house, but the house I live in. The postman here is brilliant. I love him. In fact, every delivery driver we have here, I love. They're so nice to me. They're so fun. They're super kind because I'm a ditzy bint and I forget to put the thing out or forget what's being picked up or whatever because I don't concentrate. And our postman is brilliant. We love him. I love him. So this happens today, and you might think I've made this up. I have not. So the apology is I apologise to Royal Mail, but mostly my postman, because my postman is just brilliant. So I'm sorry if I was sarcastic about Royal Mail. No, I meant that. Right, like I'm really good at apologising when I mean it. Check this out. Now, bear in mind, I do not see myself this way. And I would never, ever, ever. I know who I am. And I am no one. And I am ordinary. And I am the wimpy waitress that I ever was. Or the McDonald's drive-through girl, right? But just, I've got to share it to, as it is. This made it to my house. Can you read? To Katie Hopkins. This is the cutest YouTube star. Which, of course, going to set me off because look at the handwriting. It's all wigglety-pigglety because it's be an old person. Somewhere in the West Country, near Exeter, Devon. Oh, look. Is that not... I knew this would set me off. I just think, that the post service got that to me. And it comes from Jacksonville in Florida. So that's come all the way from the States. Oh, golly. My parents, if I read this, I'm going to go. I don't think I can do it. So, dear Katie, thank you for keeping me and my family safe and sane. Oh, you see, I'm no good at this at all. During the last 3 crazy years, my parents survived the Blitz in London in World War II. And so we shall survive this as well. Love and best wishes from Robbie, an expat but true Brit living in the States. Oh, you see, I knew I shouldn't have opened this. Lovely Mark said to me earlier, you haven't opened it. I was like, no, I'll open it later. And the thing is, I'm not very good at handling the bigness of it, you know? Because I know I laugh and I joke a lot and I take the piss out of myself but actually, there's there is real purpose to what I have real purpose in what I do, and I really believe in it. And then, and that's really the purpose of Silly Cow Tour, is the idea that even if it just keeps a couple people going, then it was really worth it. Or I might make a space where someone else gets to talk at the point when they feel like there's no hope. Or like we get really young people coming to our gigs. And that makes me feel really hopeful. But when I get things like this, it's all a bit much. And then also the fact that the mail system here in the UK, in a country where, I'm supposed to be hated, that a mail system from America can get to me when it just says somewhere in the West Country. And it's why I have real faith that everything is going to be okay, because things like that happen. And I really, really believe if you you find your purpose, whatever that is, that could be doing people's hair, or it could be scaffolding, or it could be plumbing. But the closer you walk to your purpose, the clearer your path becomes. And because I believe that so strongly, and that's why I think I'm on the road doing stand-up where I have no place, then I get things like this, which seem like a message to me, like a man in Florida sends, an elderly man clearly in Florida sends a card, and it gets to me even though it just says somewhere in the West Country. You see why I have to make jokes about my vagina. Okay. So let's try and pull it together, shall we? Otherwise we just have me blubbing, which is not the idea of Katie's Arms at all. Whew, so excited to see you in York. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we're selling out all over the place. So my only thing to people is, if you can just, I know it's really expensive to drive or get a bus, or, not everyone can drive. I didn't drive for 40 years. If you can get to somewhere, please do, because really these events they're over. There's always so many tears after, because everyone feels better. In fact, I just booked our ferry to go over to Ireland to do the Ireland leg. I booked that this evening, so I'm super excited. Belfast is going to be mad. I think we're going to be 600, 700 strong in Belfast. Lovely Mark says, I have to tell you, Sunderland is not sold out. So he made me like a flyer thing. Basically, Lovely Mark. Here's the Lovely Mark. So, Lovely Mark fucked up. And on the flyer that shows where we're sold out, he marked Sunderland as sold out, and we're not. Which basically means that I'm a better person than he is. No, it doesn't mean that. No, it doesn't mean that. But it does mean that Sunderland is still on sale. And actually, owing to it being marked as sold out, we could do with some help. So, because we've got quite a big room there, which is brilliant. If you are in Sunderland and you fancy doing a bit of naughtiness, or for that matter, where do we still have seats? We still have some seats in Manchester and Swindon. So, naughtiness. If you're in Manchester or Swindon or Sunderland and you fancy having some of these, I mean, you can just put them up in your kitchen, to be honest, and just do weird things to them. But if you were able to do some naughty distributing of flyers, I mean, they're not really that naughty. It's just a picture of the tour dates. But in Sunderland, Manchester or Swindon, then would you let Lovely Mark know with your address? We promise not to send you dick pics. In fact, if Lovely Mark sent you a dick pic, that would be quite a win. But anyway, if you fancy doing some flyering for us in Sunderland, I'd love that. Because Sunderland, I just feel like it's going to be a massive night, and I'm kind of excited for it. So yeah, if you email landlord@katiesarms.com, that's Lovely Mark. So, I mean, you can just email him anyway, just for the funsies, but landlord@katiesarms.com, just put, I'm in Sunderland, I'll do some flyers, and we can send you like 20 or 50 or whatever. Just give them out. I mean, we can't advertise on all these other fuckers. They advertise on radio. We can't do that. So yeah, let us know if you fancy being a flyer bunny, especially if it'll piss some people off. So that was that. And then also, yes, I just wanted to let you know on my, as you know, I'm a bit of a prison bird, visiting all of our various prisoners of free speech. I'm going to go back to see lovely Alex this week. So some of you will know Alex Belfield. You may or may not be supporters. It perfectly fine, and you may or may not agree that he should have support. That's fine. He has my support. So I'm going to go and visit him this week. Can I let you know something? Can I let you know that they moved him without any notice whatsoever, as is the way with the prison service if you're on our side? So Earlstoke is the prison, Erlestoke, Earlstoke. And I will give you Alex's prisoner number. I will repeat this other places so you have it. So you can email a prisoner, and there's a system, it's very simple, or you can write A474, I don't know why I'm looking, I don't need to look, A4747EW. That's Alex's prison number. So A4747EW, and he's now in Earlstoke. So I'm going to go this weekend and bring him some positivity and uplift from me and anyone else who asked me to take it on their behalf. So I should, Katie Earth Angel with fire. I don't know about that. Oh, are we okay? Yes, we're still fine. Come to Aberdeen. We must do that on the next tour, because I know this tour we've got, oh yes, we've got Edinburgh, which are sold out both nights. But I'm going to Perth. And the brilliant thing about going to Perth is that means I will be under Scottish law. And Scottish law right now is the Khamsa Yusuf hate crime law, isn't it? So when I'm in Perth and Edinburgh, I will be under Police Scotland territory. How do we see that going for me? Oh, and you know, and I know, Police Scotland will be here. I know that, you know that. And I am not changing the show one little bit. In fact, I know what will happen. The same thing that happened in Australia, which is that I will act up and I will end up being banned from Scotland. Oh. Okay, so look, I've apologised for getting a bit overwhelmed there. Like I say, I'm not that good at dealing with the actual bigness of what goes on. But please know, genuinely, of course, that I feel everything at a really minute level. I feel all of everything. The pain, the anger, the hurt, the sorrow, the sadness. I feel it. Like a weird thing. And that's why I do what I do. But I will see you on the road. We will keep laughing at this madness that we face. It doesn't seem like it's going to end anytime soon, and I'm certainly not going anywhere soon. You've absolutely smashed this tour. Oh, don't. You'll set me off again. It's much bigger than I am. Know that. I'm supposed to be this big... hard cow, and in a way it's sort of easier when people look at my makeup's coming off now. It's kind of easier when people believed I was just the big bitch, because then I could still pretend to just be that, as opposed to being this all along. Right, come on guys, where's my wine? Exactly, here it is. And I've got a dance troupe to go and get showered off. Oh no, let's not talk about dancers in the shower. I've got a dance troupe to go and coordinate. And 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Go and have a bloody lovely weekend. Do lovely things for yourself. Surround yourself with lovely people. And anybody you don't want to be around, anyone you don't want to spend time with, anyone you don't need to see because you just don't need to do that. Just say, sorry, no. Sorry. I really value my time, so I'm not coming. Just do it. It's so therapeutic. I love it. Okay, thanks to everybody for all your kindness. And I'll see you somewhere on the road.